everyone. Welcome to the April Kansas City Office 365 user group. Want to welcome Dave Leveille. He's a really good friend of mine, does a fantastic job. Really excited to have you here this month. He's going to be giving us some fantastic information. So the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Sharon. I'll go ahead and share screen here. Please confirm that you can see my slide.
Yep.
Terrific. Hi, everyone. I'm David Leveille, the president of Crush Networks. Happy to be with you here today. A little bit about me. I'm married to Nicole, been her husband for a few years. We like to call it a starter marriage. She's always looking to upgrade. I'm a father to Adam, Eli, Jacob, and Eve. I grew up in Manhattan Beach, California. I'm actually right now in Boise, Idaho, where our company is headquartered. I am currently living between a variety of places, so that piece is inaccurate. But the way I dress does reflect who I am. So if you see me wearing a fedora, which I've been doing since I was 13, that's just who I am. It's part of my charm. I've been working with Sharepoint since it was the Tahoe internal name at Microsoft, and I organize and promote and sponsor and speak at a lot of events. I attend them as well. I don't love the virtual events as much as the in-person, and I think a lot of us extroverts feel the same way, and I am a former Microsoft employee. So today, what I've decided to do is talk just briefly about my addiction to automobiles. The first book that was read to me was Richard Scarry's Cars and Trucks and Things That Go. My very first toy was a Hot Wheels car, and it had lead paint, which was awesome. The first job I had as a kid was a paper route, and I did that to earn money to buy more toy cars. My first school field trip was to actually Mattel Toys to test the new Matchbox cars that were coming out. That's just something you do in Los Angeles. And before I even got my high school diploma, I had an ASE certified mechanic, and I was a certified welder as well by the time I graduated high school. So my first summer job was working at Gene's Automotive, which is a place where we took things like Datsun 240Zs and we put supercharged and nitrous injection drag engines in them so people could do illegal street racing near my town. In fact, my very first speeding ticket was for illegal street racing in Compton, and I had taken my mom's Ford Thunderbird Turbo Coupe. It's something that she bought because she thought that, you know, she didn't want to buy the Ford Mustang with the big 302 engine. She thought she'd get a much more humble family turbocharged coupe. So thanks, Mom. Stick shift and everything. It was awesome. My very first car was a 66 Ford Mustang. It had the V8 engine, but only ran on 3 cylinders, and I was 13 years old, and it cost $300. So when kids these days say, oh, Mom, oh, Dad, oh, Uncle, buy me a car, and like new cars are $20,000, I kind of cringe inside just a little bit because, you know, I had to do a bunch of stuff from scratch. Anyway, I've got many cars. I won't go into details about that right now. The goals and the takeaways that I want to talk to you about is that, you know, restoring cars costs thousands of dollars and can take many months. And the shows that are out there, like Fast and Loud and Overhauling and Counting Cars, they all make it look so easy. And a typical full body off restoration takes about 3,000 hours, and that's a year and a half. So project management is important on these, but the single most important decision you can make when deciding what kind of car you want to buy is just which one you want to buy. And my goal for the lesson today is leveraging technology, Office 365. I intend to show you how I've used it to help simplify and provide a much more rewarding experience restoring cars. To that end, what I'm going to, I explain the process to you. So I go out to a show or an auction, or I look on eBay or on television lately. It's been Barrett Jackson and stuff like that. And I look at cars that I'm interested in, and then I need to investigate them more and figure out if I'm interested or not in them. So in Trello, I have a list where I track these cars, and I'll show that to you in a moment. In fact, I'll just show it to you now because I think I have it open. I thought I had it open. 1 second. Flipping around, looking for it. Here we go. So it's the one on the left here. We'll go like that. So cars I've seen, you can see, is currently blank. I've got a list of cars that I'm researching more of. Like I know, for example, that the Jeep CJ7 that I just moved to the top, I want to pick up an older one and work on it with my son over the summer, as he's 18 and he's graduating and he needs a decent car. I'm sure he doesn't want a Jeep, but damn it, that's what he's getting. Then from there, if I'm interested in one, I'll move it to the next bucket, which is just to make an offer. And then from there, I move it to the bought column, or I might either archive them or move them to the no longer interested. So for example, I know the E-Type I'm no longer interested in. I've looked at that one. I spent like 20 hours researching it and the rest was too bad. So I've moved that over. Okay, so back to PowerPoint. So then what I do is when I'm at a show or looking at something on the website, because I tend to not remember things, I go ahead and save the image down to my phone. And usually I can tell just by my picture what the year it is and stuff, but I can always refer back to the auction catalog online or a printout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture the information that I've seen at the show and throw it into a SharePoint list. So let's look at that for just a minute here. I'll go over here to SharePoint. I have a Kansas City 365 user group, which I should probably change it to M365. As you can see, there is, if I go to site contents, there's currently like nothing in it. So what I'll do is I'll just create a new document library and I'll call this cars and create it. And this is where I'm going to save the pictures and maybe even a brief description of what I'm looking at. By the way, this demo I'm doing is on a MacBook Pro connected to a bigger machine, and so I'm not doing anything, natively in Windows 10 for this demo because I like to challenge myself, and it will be a challenge to get this to work. So let's check this out. So then what I'll do is on my phone, I will create a flow, and I just downloaded the Power Automate app to an iPhone XR. Don't know if you can see that, but there's a few buttons there, but I'm going to create a new instant button that when I click the button, I can either upload from my library or just take a picture of a car, and then assuming I have data at this at the car show or whatever, it will then upload it into SharePoint. So from there, I'm going to make sure that there's a condition in place that will create a card also over in Trello. Trello being the board I showed you where I track cars that I'm interested in. I do have the Trello app on my phone as well. That is a very quick and easy way for me to do that. I could also add things into Planner, and this for the rest of the demo, I'm going to get that far, and then I think I'm going to show you how to put things into teams and notify your team and stuff like that as well. So forget the last two slides there. We'll do some other fun stuff. So let's go ahead and get out of PowerPoint here. All right, Sharon, are we doing okay? Yeah, take your word for it because I can't see. Okay, thank you. All right, so we currently have open here, we have our SharePoint list. Let's see, we have teams open. Let's go ahead and create a new team. And we'll create one just for this event from scratch. And we'll make it, I don't know, public, why not?
Hey Dave, while you're doing that, we do have a quick question. Why are you using Trello over Planner?
Thank you for asking. So Trello is free, and we have some people that, on our team, our auto body team, and people who help out, the paint supply store and, like Harbor Freight, for example. These companies and suppliers and vendors, in this use case, don't have an enterprise license or even an E3 to Office 365 themselves. So by copying it up to Planner and managing it there. First of all, the app is very lightweight. And it's free. And what Trello is it's a gateway product to Atlassian's, the bigger one, Jira, that does cost money. And a lot of enterprises use Jira. I mean, yes, they use Planner and To-Do and Task, but my goal here for this session was to highlight some of the other line of business applications that you can integrate to. I can also, if time permits, I can also put these over in a planner board as well. Happy to do that. For now, I'm going to go ahead and create the teams. Did that answer the question?
Yes, thank you.
No problem. KC M365 user group. All right. Create this. So we're going to create a team. Nice work. Well, that was easy. Add members? Sure. I'll add some other people on the team. Good enough. Perfect. Close. So now other people internally at the company at least can do things within the team. All right, so I have a team created. I've got the Trello board, Sharepoint site, I got a site, and I've got a document library. That's a great start. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to start by, let's see, I'll just type in image and see what shows up over in Power Automate, aka Flow. I could have built something similar in other business process automation tools. You know, we are specialists in Nintex and in K2 as well, and we do work in Pega and other enterprise ones as well. So upload photos to a SharePoint folder. That sounds like it might be what we're looking for. Let's give this a try and see what it does. Says it needs permissions to connect to all these things, but they already have checkboxes, so I know it's going to work. I'll go ahead and click it to continue. It hasn't asked me about Trello or anything else because I'm going to add those to this solution. So what does it do? It says, please select an image. I'll just say, please select, I don't know, upload a car photo, please. And now it wants to know where am I going to put this file. So I'll go ahead and click in here and it should iterate through all the sites, including the brand new Kansas City Office 365 user group site I created a half hour ago. From there, it's going to ask for a library. Now, I don't know if the cars one will show up yet, but it does. There it is, cars. And what it's wanting to know is, oh, sorry, I can go bigger on this. My bad. There you go. So it is the image content, and it has a condition where if it's successful to do such and such. So what it does is it goes out and gets the profile of the person who clicked the button. It then sends an email, sorry, 401 as if it failed. And from here, it will send an, I'll say, car image upload failed. So this is the extent of what the out-of-the-box flow is going to give you. And then from here, what we want it to do once it's done, let's see, we need to add a second condition here, I believe. So that would be if, let's see, I'm guessing, let's see, condition, here we go. So on the yes side, I'll update the condition here in a moment, but on the yes side, what we're going to want to do is create our Trello card. So let's first find that. I'll just type in Trello. See what we find. It says create a card. Okay, let's give that a shot. I'll click that. And it wants to know what the board is. So, I created one, I think. I'm looking for it. Friday, let's see, Fenton, the hub, enter custom value. Let's see, what did we call it? We called it KC. I think I could just type it in. Or does it need the, now I don't remember if it needs the, let's see what happens. I really wish it would flow up automatically, but let's see. parent list ID should be cars I've seen, right? Okay, so it doesn't like that. No, wait, sorry, that's the wrong name, isn't it? My bad. What did I call the board? Oh, it's the 0365 demo. Yeah, that's cool. All right, one moment. So that's in here. Click. Cars I've seen. Boom. And so name of new car will be something like new car image. And then I'll grab the display name. There it is. And whoops, I should probably be looking for the Sharepoint display name. 1 second. There it is. And the card description, I should say something like URL of car is, and let's try this. Oops, sharepoint.com/site/ what did we name our site? KC M365 user group /car, no, yeah, that's right. And then I should be able to just put the path in here if I remember correctly. Path. Well, we'll get that far. And then, well, let's see. We know it's in cars. And then let's see. We have ID, we have name. Oh, there it is, path. So let me get rid of cars. That should work. And let's see. Put in here the media type, just to help with some debugging in case it doesn't go so swimmingly. So from there, what I might want to do is add another action, like to send an email out to the team. I'll just click on mail, send a mail notification. For the sake of the demonstration, I will say, I don't know, events@crushednetworks.com. Then for the subject, I'll say car photo, look at, and then I'll grab from the Trello board the card description. And then I'll put in the subject of the email message body, let's see, something like, you can't wait to see this, visit, and then I'll put the card full URL if I can find it. There it is. URL to see it. For now, let's try to save this and see what errors show up. It says saving, it says we recommend you test it. Okay, I will test it. I'll test it from my phone boldly and see what happens. Swiping up on my phone, refreshing my buttons. Let's see, this one's called Upload Photos to a SharePoint Folder. So I can see that button in the top left. I think you can see that, or top right. I'll click on that. It says upload a car photo, please. I'm going to click that. I'll pick one from a photo library. I have to give it access to my photos, which I've done. I'm scrolling down to this convertible I saw at a show. I told it to pick that one, and I'm clicking done, and it's spinning, and let's see what happens.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, what's up,
Julie
John?
pointed out that you don't have a condition in that condition 2.
Correct. So I'm hoping it will fail, and it will teach us what we did wrong. I'll click OK. It says it succeeded 12 seconds ago. So let's start and see what happened. I'll refresh the Trello board. Okay, that's not so good. So let's go look over an email and see, oh boy, what's the best way to do that from here? Click, Outlook. I've got lots in the inbox, but I'm not seeing the one from the workflow, which is great. We didn't do anything in Teams yet. So let's see why it feels like it succeeded. Let's refresh this. So if it failed, it still should have tried to do that, and it should show that it failed. So let's take a look here. First, let's edit it. Let's give it a better name. Kansas City 0365 upload photo. Hit save. And let's do a test. No errors, no warnings. Someone's at the door, awkwardly. I will say manually. Perform an action. I'm hitting the test button. It wants me to sign into a bunch of things, which I've done. It wants a car picture. Let me go find one real quick. Let's see. I'm just finding one real quick that I can download to the desktop. Or I guess it's just downloading to the downloads. Get out of that. I'll click import. I'll go to the downloads. I found a car. Click upload. Click run flow. Let's see what happens. It says it started. Let's flip over to SharePoint, which I now see is disappeared temporarily. Says successfully ran too, no less. Let's see. Why do I have a feeling that I've created a rule to put this someplace, I bet.
On your flow run, it looked like it succeeded prior to the condition, which means it might not have sent the email.
You're right. So, interestingly, it's not at the cars I've seen. So the SharePoint site, let's go try to find that. I told it to open in a new tab. Where did it go? Click. This is the kind of day I'm having. This won't let me open in a new tab. Click here, SharePoint, open in a new tab. And what, nothing? Okay, well, let's go back a few clicks then. Oh, looks like it is in there. So that's the good news, is that the first image I did, that's the Impala, that's the second one. And that's the Camaro I saw. Oh wait, that's in Mexico. All right, so we have it uploading. So let's check out and see what's going on with the workflow. Click, edit. So let's review it. Manually triggered, yep. Create a file in SharePoint, yep, it's doing that great. So it's only supposed to send an email if it failed. So we will add just a quick email to verify that this thing is working as it should be. So very well, save that. So what you're thinking is that if the condition, let's see, I think if I put in the same upload, the status code is to 401. Let's have fun with that. Let's see if we can do that. Well, I don't know if I can still use status code because it's up above now. Let's see. So, I know, we'll just do something if 1 is equal to 1 for now to have it continue. That will work. All right, so for now, we will save that again, which it's doing. I'm going to go over to Power Automate one more time. I'm going to refresh it. And on my phone, the button has been renamed Kansas City 0365 Upload Photo. I click the button, I find a picture, I go to Photo Library, I pick a different car, and I hit Done. It spins. While it's spinning in the web browser, I'll flip over here and it'll show me the run history. It says it did succeed 15 milliseconds ago. So I imagine if I'm over here in Sharepoint, I can see the other Camaro that I saw has been uploaded. And that would also mean that over in Trello, I should have a new card because 1 equals 1. And I do not, so I will look into that for a minute. I wonder if it's going to a different board. We'll check that together. And let's see what else. I should have gotten an email. And what's the easiest way to get to that from here? Click Outlook, new tab. Boy, the new tab feature, everyone, seems to have stopped from working. We will open a ticket with Microsoft about that. So the challenge is if you open it in a brand new tab, in an in private, you get this behavior. So maybe that's what's going on. Oh, Authenticator wants me to sign in, which means I got to do Face ID not once, but twice. And now I'm signed in and into Outlook. Okay, so for some reason, no email is working today. Is that what we're doing? Let's go look and see what's going on with that. That is crazy. Deleted. Junk.
It's just because it's a demo.
Yeah, of course. The one thing that I wanted to do is not doing. So let's have some fun then. Let's say, well, that's exciting that it's not working. We'll moving right along. So condition 2. If yes, create a card and send an email. So it's going to events. Oh, you know why? Because you are supposed to type it in like this. You're supposed to type in like the person's first name and it looks it up. So if I say David, for example, now it's going to work. And I bet that's also true. And the other condition. That's why the failure, which we shouldn't have. That one says David Leveille though. Oh, this one. Yeah. So if I say David, click, scroll, save, I'll get that. So assume for a minute that the email is going to work. Let's now add a new step. Well, we'll add an action here and let's do something with Teams. Let's see what's available in Teams. Let's see, let's post a message to Teams. Why not? And it wants to know which team, so we're going to go look it up. We have this Kansas City Microsoft 365. Which channel? We'll put it in the general. I could have created one for this purpose as well. And just say, oops, wow, you're not going to believe this. And I could put a link in here like I did to the Trello board, which we'll figure out here as well. Let's create a card, see what's going on. Cars I've seen, new car image. We'll just say test. The description should work. Maybe it didn't like having an image in that. But now we'll also have it in Teams, so let's see what we see. How are we on time, by the way? I think we're at about the half-hour mark,
Yep.
But you tell me. Okay.
Yep, you're about halfway.
Perfect. So I'm going to now go to my phone once again. I see it's there. I'm going to click on it. Oh, you know what? I never fact-checked for you. You guys want to make sure the other car has shown up, right? So let's refresh. 4 minutes ago. That's not true. That's the last Camaro I did. Okay, that seems right. Go back. I'll now pick another car, photo library. This time I'll pick a motorcycle. I'll say done. It's spinning like it wants to work. I will click over here on the flow. It says it's ready to go. Let's look at run history, refresh. says one is running right now. It just stopped here on my screen. Says it succeeded, so we'll check that by going first to the cars location, and we'll just refresh on that. A few seconds ago. It's a big one. Yep, it's me looking at a motorcycle. Okay, so that part worked. Let's check and see what's happening over in Trello. What? I have this feeling like it's going to the wrong board or something, because this should be working. Let me go see. Boards. Show me the board. Oh, looking at home. There we go. Friday off 365 demo. Yeah, it's the only one with that name, isn't it? So we'll figure this out. Okay. So what else is it supposed to do? It's supposed to do something fun over in Teams. Let's go check that out. So here we are in Teams. Let's see, I'll jump between the two projects. Welcome to the team. No post. Huh. Let's check out and find out what's going on. Any wagers on it's the condition that's causing it to be bad? So it should have sent the email, so let's look for that real quick. And where is that? We opened that in another window. Where did that go? Anybody can come off mute. Where did my email go? It vanished. I didn't close it. Maybe it was, whatever.
It's a new feature. It closes it for you.
Right? Yeah, let's go ahead and sign in again. And authenticate once again. Okay, stay signed in, yes. I am logged in as David. It should show the email. Look at that. What do you make of this, gang? That's crazy. Did I do my flow too quick? Or is this an actual bug in the tool? Let's see. Create the file. Let's just skip the condition, add an action, and make it mail. Send an email. I'll just hit save. Oh, body is required.
Yeah, I know we have a few Power Automate junkies on this call.
That's okay. Hopefully everybody's enjoying watching this not work. Let me check my email on my phone and just see maybe if this is the new Outlook tool that's causing a problem or not. No, so I must have a rule someplace routing this. I think that's what is happening. So when in doubt, launch Outlook. We'll figure it out together. So junk email. I think that what I think is happening is I created this rule to automatically delete it at some point. I think that's what's happening. Let me see. I would think at least in deleted items by date received, these are all Monday. I have 23 in my inbox since this meeting started, though, so that's pretty peculiar that nothing is coming in. All right.
Yeah, it looks like there might be something's not sending right.
Okay, so let's look at this then. We'll work our way around that. I will add an action over here, and on this side, what I'll do is I'll just say post a message to team, and we'll pick the team again, and we'll pick the Kansas City one, and we'll pick the general, and we'll say check this out, and that will get that message in there. And from here, I will try to add the Trello just on this success side. I will create a card, and the board we verified was 0365 demo. And the list is the cards I've seen. Card name, I'll just say whoa, whoa, cool car, and in the description, I'll just say, click the link. And I'll scroll down and hit save. So at the very least, these things should be working. I don't know what's up with the message or the email not working, but we'll go ahead and hit save. We will do this one more time from the phone. I was wondering maybe if it was because it's on the phone or something, but it's still starting to flow just fine. And I will say take a picture this time. I'll say allow. Take a selfie. Okay. Upload the photo. Hit done. That's now running. Click back here. I'll view the history. And really quickly, is there any questions or anything in the chat? Oh, I got the email sound. What is that all about? Oh, now I've got two of them.
There you go. Now they're catching up.
And here we go. Yeah, a few of them. So the one up top, test 3 came through. The one that says it worked is there, and it added a car photo to Trello. So it looks like you're correct, the condition, it didn't go past the condition. So with that in mind, we've all learned something new today. Let's go over here. So there they are, there's two of them. So, whoa, cool car, all right? So I said click the link, I didn't put it there. This one says, this is the other one that wasn't working. So now when I click on it, it will pull the link right over to the file. If I have I've got an extra slash in there right now, so I'll go fix that in the Trello. But if I right click this, hit copy link, let's see, scroll, I probably have to go to one of these other windows where I have SharePoint open, this one, click, paste, let's get rid of the double slash there, and allow. It says it could not be opened, so let's go to my downloads. I'm sure it can be opened unless it really didn't like my selfie. It looks like it. So let's see here. Go to this, go to downloads. It looks like it's a JPEG. So let's find out in SharePoint. Where are you, SharePoint? This one? If I close this and look at the list and refresh the list, it says 2 minutes ago an image was uploaded. The selfie did work, so we must just have a really bad link into SharePoint. On the mail side, yep, scroll to the top, we're now getting all those mails, as we can see. So I can get out of here. Over in Teams, we've got to check this out, and well, you're not going to believe it. So that part is working. I think over in Teams is probably a good place to put the link. But what I wanted to highlight here is that because the data is over in a SharePoint list, you can create a Power BI to pull up all the pictures, for example, and provide like an image scroll capability in Power BI, where as you are clicking on it, you get a preview on the right. So on a mobile app, you could do things like that. Plus, you could build an evaluation tool that actually integrates over with the Trello board, so that as you are adding the cars in, you can do things on top of that. So let's talk about that for a minute. So right now we have, let's do some other automations. So what we could do is from the SharePoint side, we can create a flow that notifies a private channel in Teams. Quite easily can do that. We could build something where when it switches between buckets in Trello, like when an ID moves between buckets, or we could make it so if something in Trello changes to notify the team, like when it's moved from cars I've seen over to research more. There's just lots of ways we can integrate and do that. I'm open to suggestions of what anybody else would see. I'm giving myself an extra 6 minutes to add on another feature and do any other integrations that you'd like to see. Other use cases where I've built this include a doctor's office when they were a new intake form. So when you first go to a doctor's office and they have you fill out the paperwork, you could have it automatically, if instead of handing people paper on clipboards, you could hand them an iPad, and when they fill out, a forms.microsoft.com paperwork, you could get it to save in a SharePoint list. You can then notify the intake team to verify insurance information and stuff like that. And then once they've done the checking on their side, or maybe they call a web service over to Blue Cross or Blue Shield or Anthem or whomever, and they find out that their insurance policy is in place, it then will send a notification to allow the person to come back into the room to take the vitals or whatever, which actually is what takes place when you're allowed to go back into, like in an urgent care. They have a back office team doing all these checks and stuff to see, first of all, whether or not your insurance plan is still in place and working. Second of all is how much they can charge you for the visit and how they can upsell you things like, I don't know, supplements or contraceptives or whatever you're in there for, and finding out how much insurance is going to cover and not cover. And then they figure out how much copay you have to pay before you leave. And usually by the time you've taken your vitals, they know all that information. So this is a way to automate the intake process. So I can demonstrate that at another time. If you're interested, I'll probably actually demonstrate that at the Microsoft 365 Virtual Marathon in a week or 2 weeks. Yeah, so any questions? Have plenty of time. Go ahead and unmute yourself if. So I see somebody's name flashing, but I can't actually see who. Hi, John. Are you asking a question? Shouldn't the second condition only run if the first condition is? Yeah, I was going to tweak that more. Thank you, Julie. You're correct. You're correct. Honestly, by putting everything into the no side of the equation, meaning if the 401 condition wasn't a failure, and the failures are the only thing that notified me, what I could do is put in some sort of a weight or something like that. Let's see, unread. Why Trello versus Planner? So in the interest of time, why don't I try to put it over in Planner? Why not? I haven't been there in a while, so let's check that out. Go ahead and unmute if you have any questions, or Sharon, if there's anything else in the comments. I'm happy to do that. So let's give this a shot. How can I get there quickly without having to log in? Let's see, Planner, click. Let's try to open a new tab. Oh my gosh, it worked. Did you see that, everyone? Works with Planner. Okay, so in Planner, I manage lots of stuff. So let's see, can I create a new plan from here? I think I can. New plan. Call this Kansas City Microsoft 365 user group. Public. Create the plan. Got it. And I'll rename this and say cars to review and cars to buy, and no longer interested in. Okay, so we have a planner board. So now let's go over to the flow, and just because we can, we'll create one over there as well. We'll go here into condition and add an action, and we'll type in planner and see what we see. So planner, create a task. Notice it's still in preview. Interesting. I wonder what the difference is between the two. Let's try preview. Why not? Oh boy, that's a lot of questions. Let's do our best on this. What group is this? This is the new one. Let's see. These look like they're Teams group. Look, there's a duplicate. Strange. Let's see what happens. Plan ID for this. That's interesting. So maybe that's the wrong one. Let's try the second one. I don't remember creating a planner. Oh, there we go. Wait a minute. Click. Title. Test. Task. What bucket do I want it in? Hey, look at that. Cars to buy. And that's probably all it needs. Just for the sake of time, let's go ahead and save that. And let's see. Let's try it from the phone and see what happens. Click the button, find a picture, photo library. Let's see, find a truck, hit done, uploading, spin, spin, spin. Says started. So we'll go back here. Says running, I'll spin it. Says succeeded. I'll click over on the planner plan. I will refresh. I guess this is the part where we'll learn if there is, oh, there we go. Test task. Ta-da. Oh, did I put in cars to buy? Whoops. No one caught that, huh? All right, so that's great. We can just edit that. I put in the wrong one. Looks like I'm buying that truck. No questions asked. Let's see here. Cars to buy. Whoops. Cars to review. There we go. Fixed it. Okay, thank you. That one was fun. It's in Planner now. And okay, how do we go back to the user? I will stop sharing. Okay, so that is how you can do that, guys. If I can answer any other questions for you, please let me know. Sharon, are you still there? Wow, big crowd. Holy cow, you guys are awesome. Thanks for all these. That's great.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any other questions for Dave, or any comments, any feedback?
And Dave, I noticed in your planner action in Power Automate, I haven't used Planner with Power Automate much, but I noticed that it had all of the different category colors, and instead of it being pick a category and here's all the color choices, it was here are all the color choices, true or false for each one.
Yeah, because in Planner, a lot like Trello, you can assign multiple colors, and you're right, you have to remember that the color itself is what remains with a task in Planner and in Trello. The naming or shortcut of it is what an end user can change on their side. So it's not too unlike an Outlook, or like on the calendars, how you can color items, right? You can color something by giving it a category. So the category is actually red, but in mine, red means a customer name. But if I email something and categorize it red in my Outlook and send it to Nicole, hi honey, I see you're on the call, then it won't show up as that category on her calendar because she has not renamed the red category to be the customer name. So the same is also true in Planner and in Trello. Good question though, thank you.